Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your What You Need to Know Right Now reading. I don't do these very often because, time is fluid, but what really pulled me to do these readings this time is because of the total lunar eclipse that we just had in the sign of Taurus. So, just want to see how it's affecting each sign. I feel like some are having things eclipsed out of their lives, but that means because something new wants to begin. Anyways, that's what we're checking on. So we're going to use two different decks. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot as our clarifiers, and I'm going to use the Light Tarot for your spread. And let's just go ahead and get into it. Oh, I have a card reversed. Interesting. Look at that. Five of Swords was reversed in the deck, and I have to tell you, I shuffle my cards quite a bit before I begin a reading. Just meditating on your sign, like why I'm being called to do it. So, when I see something like this, flipped around in the deck, I know it was meant to be. I know it flipped itself around. Okay. Let's give it another shuffle. Make sure there's nothing else in there. Flipped around. Alright. I'm going to put the Five of Swords up there, though. And I'll tell you why. I feel like that Five of Swords is something that was. It's a 5. It was change. And, that Five of Swords speaks of energy that was kind of like bad backstabbing, toxic, not good for you. Any longer, at least, can be a lot of drama, a lot of untruths. But it's a 5. It wants to change, and it's interesting because it's like you're scratching your head, yet the raven's pecking at you. It's almost like I just want to be careful I don't get pulled into something, and maybe that's what I started to realize, and maybe because I feel like the change has already happened. But let's go ahead and begin. Alright, well, maybe not yet. 7 of Cups. So I'm trying to make a choice here. I'm trying to make a decision. Can certainly mean that you have more than one option. And which one do I choose? This can feel a little chaotic. The Five of Swords energy can certainly land within your thought system. Other people's toxic ideas and what have you ends up in your head. It reminds me of, I guess if you tell a lie over and over and over again, someone, it's like once you believe it, then it becomes your truth, I guess. But that's, of course, illusionary. Anyway, 7 of Cups. What are you trying to figure out? 3 of Wands. Well, I like that. This means that there's something out there. Listen, I feel like in this energy of the 3 of Wands, especially if you just look at this image, I feel like almost like something's calling me. And this would be something that would be desirable to you. Instinctive. Like it can be your intuition. But I'm not sure what it's asking for. 3 of Wands is just like, is having an optimistic view. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Can be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. We have the Moon on the bottom of the deck, your ruler. And the reason I'm doing these readings to start with is because of the moon. You know, the moon can mean uncertainty. That's certainly what the Seven of Cups would represent. But in the Three of Wands, I feel like I am making a decision, and I feel like the Three of Wands is almost like my answer to my question. You know, which cup or which way do I go? Well, go towards what is passionate to you, you know, but using the logical mind at the same time. And what I mean is like, it's like chasing a dream. I don't even want to say chasing, because I'm not really chasing. Three of Wands, I'm living. You know, I'm experiencing the current moment. King of Pentacles is mirrored by the Seven of Cups. So some of you are questioning this King of Pentacles. Maybe his attention to you or towards you. His loyalty. You know, I feel like this would be someone who would be different than you. But that's not a bad thing, because, you know, there's a lot to learn from people who are different. If everybody was like me, that'd be boring. Funny, I just saw the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and this king is holding this big ace in his hand. Three of Wands. Made a decision. Some of you, you're leaving something behind, no doubt. And you're heading a different direction. And it feels like the right direction. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Just notice the 2 3s. Well, they're the same card. You know, I get this real quick message where I feel like for some, you know, this could be something that at one time I was tied to. Now that can be an addiction. That can be an addiction to a person. It's something, though, I say tied to, I almost feel chained to. Tied is not the right word, because I could simply untie it. Well, really, that's what this is about. It's illusionary. But nonetheless, that's how I felt. It's interesting because already I can tell this reading is about like things that I thought were true and things that I know now are true type of energy. With the Chariot. Capricorn could be this king. The Chariot is first of all your card. So you have your major arcana and you have your ruler here. The Chariot coming over the 2 of Pentacles again has you making that decision. Judgment. Wow. This is your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. You know, interesting. I just feel like simply you're closing a door to something that clearly was not serving you. And it's interesting because I do feel the energy like of the Devil, but I'm feeling it as like if I kick something, let's say, you know, doesn't mean like I still have to be careful, right? I have to know that, you know, maybe it's just part of who I am, right? So I have to control that. But it's not what I'm focusing on. And then if it's talking about someone who was, same thing, you know, like at one time I just felt tied or chained to it. But I don't feel that way anymore. What do I have here? Judgment. call to the present moment. Because there is about to be a rebirth. That's what judgment means. It's about to be a rebirth. I don't know why I'm going so slow. And then look at this. We have the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We have two kings. Some of you could be making a decision about someone. We have the Hierophant. We have a lot of earthly energy here. Hierophant card of Taurus. This is about your belief system. You know, it's a 5. So you got to question that, right? Is it serving me? Am I keeping my faith? Am I trusting that, hey, my ships can come in too, right? But knowing in the 3 of Wands that I need to step into that it is that I want, right? That lights my fire. And maybe I do need to use my logical mind, because maybe I do need to know, like, who's good and who's not. And I feel like I kind of already know that. What am I holding? The Hierophant. Truth. For some, I feel like this, I'm just using this as an example, but I feel like this King of Cups, which is water, right, coming over the 7 of Cups, and then the Devil right there, just how they're tied together, like someone who drinks too much, and maybe, because they did, I did, type of thing, but now going a different direction. And knowing that you can, trusting, and that can relate to a lot of different things. This could be someone who was, I don't know, maybe unfaithful. Maybe it was unfaithful. Because, I'm looking at this king over here, and this king does feel of the future. However, judgment is saying, I need you in the present moment. And just forget about the signs and feel the energy. The Empress. I like that. The Empress, the wise one, the creative one. This is someone who doesn't put up blocks and walls and blindfolds. This is someone who's figured out that her energy is her protector. You know what I mean? Like, truly, if, it's like if the devil's energy tries to get through my energetic force, my alarms will go off. This is someone who's very creative, loving, nurturing. Doesn't mean all the time, right? It's human. But it's also someone who's very strong, wise. Gives birth to her ideas. This is someone like, for some reason I feel like if I'm writing a book, like, the words are flowing. It takes time to get to the Empress status, right? Because it's through our experiences that we become the wise one. Doesn't matter the age. And then look at this. Here's that door. So we have the Death card of Scorpio. But it's coming under judgment. So I do feel like it's speaking of a door that may be time to close if it's not closed. Now, interesting because it's mirroring the King of Cups coming over the King of Pentacles, though. So it's like, what's the Death card mean? Pretty much what judgment means. It means, the closing, the ending of one chapter so the next can begin, and then taking a step into it. Death card is a rebirth. Yes, the door will be closed, but Another one will be opened. Okay. I know I'm trying to keep them short, but I feel like I want to look at. Okay, I was just gonna say I'm not even gonna ask. Just see what comes out. We have the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the High Priestess. So I feel like some of you are making a decision on a direction to go. And I feel like, first of all, you know, be truthful to yourself. I feel like closing the doors. I'm not sure which king feels like it's leaving. It kind of feels to me like the King of Cups. I'm not thinking about the sign again. Just so you know that. Like, I'm not thinking, okay, it must be a water sign. It can be. But, you know, listen, to me, the Empress is a mix of all the queens. She has the experiences of all the queens. So, I feel like you can't call me one sign. This is talking about trusting your intuition. Getting to the present moment. Maybe even get excited for about what's to be births. I feel like the Empress has to have a part in it, right? It is about you. It is about your experiences. And listen, you know, as you become wiser, as your vibration becomes higher, I feel like it brings in a higher vibration. Higher vibrational people, situations, opportunities, all that. You know, I feel like I got to go back and look at that raven, like just pecking at your head, but you know, I know it's there, but I'm not going to allow it to stop this next chapter. And I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Check out your monthly. I'm sure it speaks of this, because I feel like I could go longer and longer and longer. But so check out your monthly. I'm sure it speaks of this. I'll connect it to the end of the video. As always, I thank you. I love you for everything you do for me and the channel. I'm so grateful. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.